Hey, all you phoenixes out there. Welcome to another episode of Storytime Real Talk with me, your host, Daniela Langford, founder and head coach at Redesign Your Life Forever. So, as you can see, I am in my dance gear. I'm actually just about to hop on one of the group video dance sessions that I run. And have been talking a lot with recent clients. It's been coming up a lot, actually, just in a very short period of time, about body image. Now, I know that this is a huge hot button topic for a lot of ladies and men, but for very different reasons. Now, this talk may be a little big girl centric, let's just say, because that's what's been my experience personally. As you can see, I have never been considered a thin lady. Now, that is now okay, and it all has to do with mindset. But I just wanted to give a shout out to our lovely ladies of all shapes and sizes, from 0 to whatever we are, because I know that every single one of us at some point or another, in some version or another, has had struggles with body image. We've, either been the subject of being an object, or the complete opposite, where we get ignored and we don't get love because of the way we look. So that is a whole kit and caboodle, which we could go on forever and ever about. But since it's been coming up so much, I just wanted to hop on here and make a quick video to chat with you about some of my experiences dealing with this and what I found to be a few of the ways that I was able to overcome that you might actually be able to use in your own life. So as you can see, I am out here full tummy, in glory, and all the rest of the things, right? And a little booty. And it has taken an immense amount of time. And I've been belly dancing probably for the better part of a decade now, on and off, not professionally. I wouldn't say, on stage, Rachel Bryce, anything like that. But I have been a solitary practitioner of belly dance for quite some time, for about 10 years now. And I remember when I started that I had a really, really hard time letting everything go. A lot of times, if us ladies, we ever had dance classes as children, they pretty much were ballet or tap or something of that nature. And everything was supposed to be tight, supposed to be in, supposed to not move and be very elegant, right? Well, that wasn't quite what I was built for. So as you can imagine, that caused a little bit of, early on, because as a young girl, I was not thin. And I know, and like I said, this might be a little big girl centric because that's been my experience, but I know that our thin ladies do have their struggles, because a lot of my friends are actually thin women. And I've got lots of amazing friends and sister friends and soul sisters and brother sisters and all kinds of amazing people in my life, from all walks of life, of all sizes and shapes and shades and everything. So we're just talking from my experience here. But when I was little, you brought up in all of those things and you get taught to be a certain way. And particularly as women, we get, like you got to be ladylike, you got to have, there's got to be a certain way that you hold yourself. And if you're not a particular size, you don't fit into the fashions of the day. And it's literally considered not acceptable to be bigger than X, Y, or Z. And in some cases, vice versa. So what's really crazy about this, though, is if you take it back a few hundred years to the Renaissance, you will notice that in a lot of those paintings and a lot of those images and a lot of the descriptions of what was considered the height of beauty look like this. Tummy, 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 tummy. Booty, 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 booty. Why? Because we could bear children and not die. It's a pretty good thing though, right? So The perspective on body image and the perspective on what is acceptable has changed over and over and over again throughout time. And what I really, really have come to find for myself, and what I help other women get to a place within themselves, which is partially like, why I do these group dance sessions, or why I incorporate dance into my programs on my one-on-one coaching. And it is really to begin to get you comfortable with your body. Because no matter what size you are, no matter what shape you are, no matter what shade you are, no matter what you look like, you could be the most beautiful woman on the face of the planet, Helena Troy, and there will be some asshole, okay? There will be some critic out there that's like, she's got a mole. Her butt's too big. Her eyebrows, what, they will find something, okay? So the point of that is that in my experience, there's always going to be somebody finding something, always. And this really applies across the board, not just for body image, but for all kinds of things. But since we're talking about body image today, it really does ring true in particular. There's always going to be somebody out there that is telling you how you ought to look. Now, I've not always been, let's just say I've always been a little bit of a black sheep. A little bit of a rebel, and I always felt like having control over what I did with my body was very important. So in particular for me, when I turned 18, I started slowly, not all at once, I didn't go nuts, but I started slowly getting tattoos. And then I stretched my ears out a little bit and I got like a cartilage thing here. And I just slowly started to add to myself in an adornment type of way that felt natural and right to me. So everyone's, got what that feeling is for them. And coming back around is that because the standard of beauty will always change, and because there always is going to be a critic out there, it could be, someone you consider a friend. It could be someone you don't know. It could be a family member. It could be all of the above. There's always going to be somebody out there that thinks they know what you ought to look like. And usually it's with the best of intentions. However, most of these people, if you were to say the kinds of things to them that they say to you, they probably wouldn't take it very well, would they? So, and we're not, we're talking about do unto others here, but disregarding all of that in that sense of trying to make them feel bad for making you feel bad or any of that crap. It's about feeling good in yourself. This is what I have found. And dance, talking about dance here, dance is one of those things that absolutely was so important. I'm trying to look for a better, stronger word than important, but it was quintessential. It was essential. It was necessary for me to become the person who I am today. Now, back when I first started dancing, I was very afraid of letting everything move because like I was saying, we've all been taught to hold and carry ourselves a certain way and to not, this is not feminine. Hell yeah, it's feminine, okay? Come take dance lessons from me. We can talk about feminine all you want. But that was the point, is that in my early stages, my teachers would say, hey, look, this is a cultural dance. It comes from a cultural part of the world in particular. And in that culture, okay, especially in the time period from which it hails from, you went to see the dance to see the jiggle. It wasn't about watching a board be all stiff up there and do the moves. It was about movement and flow and essence and jiggle. And that was the height of femininity, was to have these beautiful, glorious hips that could actually just let everything go. And it was about the movement of it. There's also so she said to me, they come to pay for the jiggle. They pay to come see the jiggle. So let it jiggle, right? Let your butt jiggle and all kinds of things that eventually, I warmed up to. But so for me, and I know I could go on and on about this, and I gotta get back over there to get online. But for me, it has been about finding what makes me happy. And as a full-figured woman, there are, of course, things that other ladies of other sizes can wear that they are comfortable in, but I'm not comfortable in. But you know what? I should not feel shame or regret or guilt or any of those negative things for not feeling comfortable in those style of clothes. Guilt and the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, the three sisters of regret, are some of the hugest things that hold us back, particularly with body image. That we have been living our lives in accordance to what other people have deemed is appropriate for us. They're not living in this body. They're not living with this mind. We are our own independent, sovereign soul here of source. We're here to have our own experience, not by proxy. So when you run across these things, ladies, and when you feel like someone's putting you down, don't let that get to you. Because in reality, that they are projecting onto you the guilt and the shame that they feel about their own body, that they have had put on to them by somebody else. So you can stop the cycle. That's what I'm here to tell you today. Body image is something that you have, personally, you have 100% control over how you feel about yourself. It's called self-esteem, esteem of yourself. And technically, no one should be able to do anything about how you feel about you. So take those words to heart, my sisters and brothers, because again, from all walks of life. But really, that body image thing is all up here. It's all up here. And that is why I feel that it's so important to bring things like dance back into, our school systems, back into our everyday lives, dancing with our children, dancing with our friends, our significant others, all across the board, because that physical movement not only keeps your body healthy, but it invigorates the mind. You have fun, you're enjoying yourself. All kinds of wonderful things happen when you can attune the body musically to music and dance. It is an amazing feeling and one that is absolutely freeing. So if that is something that you're interested in, I have all kinds of offerings between individual dance classes and, of course, the main coaching program, which can include dance. All kinds of options that I have open for you to bring this into your life, because that is what I am here for. I am here as a bastion and as a wealth of experience that I've been through that I want to share with you so that you can transform and redesign your life the way I have been able to redesign mine from square one. Because if I were to find myself back here at square one, if I were to meet her again, I'd be like, oh, sister friend, you got a lot of fun stuff coming. You just got to hold on and you've got to make some decisions. So let me think really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I've got five or six. Somebody might have just made an appointment, but 5 or 6 slots left to have that one-on-one free chat with you about the kinds of things that you want to see happen in your life. And if we wanted to work together to see if we can work together to make those things happen for you so that you can make those things happen for yourself. Forever. It's redesign your life forever. And that is the goal. So I just wanted to hop on here really quick and say hello and give you my little spiel on body image, and that it's a mentality and that you have full control over how you feel about yourself, no matter what size, shape, shade, blah. Okay? I love you all, my darlings. This is Daniela of Redesign Your Life, and I will see you soon.